Hello and welcome to Behind the Bar with me, Cara Devine, and today also my good friend, sommelier and winemaker Brodie Comer. And we've just done you all a massive favour by tasting through a few bottles of bubbles to help demystify the world of sparkling, because we're just that selfless. And if you haven't seen that yet, you can watch it here. In the spirit of waste not, want not, we thought, well, we had all of these bubbles here, we should probably make some drinks with them as well. Now, Brodie actually does do a lot more at-home bartending than I do. I was getting a lot of pictures during lockdown of cocktail hour at your house, which always made me quite jealous. So this time around, I've got her making the French 75. It's actually named after a gun that the French army used in World War I, and I think given that it literally consists of like a shot of gin in a glass of bubbles, it'd probably take you out pretty quickly as well. Now, you were going to do this one with cava. Mm-hmm. Why was that?
Just because it's got a finer bubble, a bit brighter acidity, so great for a cocktail like this, and still a little bit of that sort of complexity to it.
Yeah, because I guess it would have been with champagne originally, but you know, we don't have a massive budget here on Behind the Bar and we already drank the champagne, so we're going to go for kind of the next best thing, which is a lot less expensive, but yeah, still has a lot of the characteristics that you would be looking for. And then I kind of chose for Brodie as well to go with Tank 10 because it's got that really nice like bright citrus sort of grapefruit thing, and obviously you've got some lemon juice going in there as well. It's all like a bright and citrusy and fresh cocktail, so something really nice and lifted works as well, but really whatever gin you have to hand, there's not going to be many that aren't going to taste good in there, so don't stress too much about it. Let's get you working for your bubbles.
I'm a little bit nervous about making a cocktail for you.
We're going to do your garnish first.
A little bit of lemon.
And then I do have to make you squeeze your own lemon juice here as well.
Oh, goodness me. Conditions in this place.
It's not easy, babes. Is this the kind of cocktail that you would drink at home?
This is a great little cocktail. Like, obviously being someone who loves sparkling wine, love a cocktail with sparkling, I think this is a good one for maybe starting the, like a little pre-dinner cocktail maybe?
Yeah, definitely kind of aperitif-y, I reckon. Even, maybe even like a late afternoon cocktail hour.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I do like this one as well because, sometimes you have like bubbles with dinner or whatever and you might not quite finish the whole bottle. As much yeah, that's literally never happened. But I think some people sometimes don't finish the whole bottle. And in that case, maybe it's not as nice to drink by itself the next day, but it's definitely still fizzy enough and good enough to like stick in a cocktail with some other flavors. So,
absolutely.
Again, just very we're thrifty.
Yeah.
So you're going in with some gin. Well, that's 2 shots, but okay. All right, so we're going to go 1 shot of gin, Brodie.
Yes,
Brodie didn't realise that the big side of this sugar was 2 shots.
Okay, so 30 mils of gin, right?
Yeah.
Not 60.
Not 60.
Yeah, okay, good.
I mean, obviously it depends how bad your day is. Let's try and at
We're
least give a semblance
today.
of responsible service of alcohol here. 15 mils of lemon juice, and then just a little 5 to 10 mils of sugar. You do just need like a little bit to balance out the acid. We're obviously adding more acid, plus there's already acid in the wine. So
can you adjust the sugar to your taste?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd even not say like 5 to 10 mils because it also really depends on the wine that you're using and stuff. So it's the kind of thing you could add a little bar spoon in. I would go less and then try it, and then if you want to add a little bar spoon or whatever, that's totally fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent. And am I icing now?
Some ice in here.
Okay, lovely. Is that enough?
Impeccable technique.
Okay, thank
you don't, because you are adding, bubbles in afterwards. It doesn't need to be like a massively long shake. Like it's still going to get lengthened out in terms of dilution as well. And then you can do a little strain into your glass.
And just to the top?
It's a pretty big flute, so I probably wouldn't go like the whole way to the top, but yeah, around maybe like sort of 90 mils or so, about there is probably good.
Perfect. Now a little twist.
And then your little twist.
Lovely.
Ta-da! That
Lovely.
looks awesome. Thank you.
Do you want to try it?
For me.
Yeah.
Nobody ever makes me drink. I just have to make them myself.
The moment of truth.
That's delicious.
Oh, good.
Super super bright and fresh, but like definitely quite a complex drink as well. Like as much as it's bright and fresh, it's not you would want to probably sit on it for a minute rather than just kind of smashing it down in one. Unlike the drinks that I'm going to make for you, which would not last very long on a sunny day, I'll tell you that. This one I'm gonna do is called the Hugo. So this has been one of my favorite drinks since I was at a wedding in Tuscany, and they were just free flowing for aperitivo hour, because you know it's never easy, babes.
Never easy.
So this drink is actually a fairly modern invention. It was invented in 2005 by Roland, otherwise known as Ak Gruber, in northern Italy, and it just riffs on what the Italians do best, basically, which is spritzes. So I feel like whereas the French 75 is bright and citrusy, but it still packs a punch, whereas this is just really like light and bright and fresh and easy drinking. It's not super high in alcohol either, so this one actually works really well like as a jug or punch bowl kind of thing for picnics and barbecues and stuff, so pretty perfect summer drinking. And because it's just really meant to be really crisp and clean and fresh, I am going to go with Prosecco because that's exactly what that's, you know, really good for.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the elderflower liqueur, I'm using Marie Brizard because that's just what we had to hand in the bar, to be honest, which has a really nice fresh elderflower flavour, but obviously Saint-Germain's your really famous one, which would work. Or you could also just do like an elderflower cordial that you can get in the supermarket and stuff, and then that way you're not even adding any more alcohol at all, and it just keeps it like the same ABV as a glass of bubble, so you know, a good one if you're driving or something like that. So you can kind of pop whatever in here. The classic is sort of lemon wheels, lime wheels, and mint. I had in my head that it had cucumber in it, and so sent someone out to buy a cucumber, so now I'm definitely going to put cucumber in it because otherwise I'm just going to feel like a dickhead. But actually traditionally that's not in the recipe, but obviously is going to work well with mint and elderflower. It's not exactly, you know, they're all very nice easy flavors to kind of find matches for. Let's go a couple of little slices of lemon. Same with the lime.
Can you kind of pre-batch this at all? Like say if you were having a few people over, is that something that you could do?
Yeah, I mean you could. You just probably wouldn't want to add ice until they're basically arriving, or you know, starting to arrive, just because it's, you know, I'm imagining that you would be drinking this on a hot day, so you don't want to leave it sort of sweating for too long because it'll just get all diluted.
Yeah.
Give that a little clap and pop it in there, and then the rogue cucumber. This looks like summer in a glass already. And then it's just a little 20 mils of your elderflower. Obviously your liqueur is going to be adding a bit of sweetness, so you want the flavour but not for it to be too sweet. So you can bump it up a little bit depending on the sweetness of your liqueur and your own flavour and your own tastes. And then we're going to go some Prosecco. So sort of about 100 mil or so again quite a big glass, but you do want to leave some space to add ice because it is served, you know, as a spritz. And then you also just want a little 30 mils of soda water, which might seem a bit redundant, but actually, again, just with that sweetness from the liqueur, like you kind of need something just to lengthen it out a bit and stop it being too sweet. And then I'm just going to pop in some ice.
Snaking in the drink while you're gone.
Heaps of ice, because obviously, as I said, I feel like it's very much a hot weather drink, so you want something very refreshing. And I reckon a little fun straw for this one. It's a bit comically large. But there we have a Hugo.
Beautiful, thank you.
No problem.
Oh yum, that's so refreshing, like lots of mint and really citrusy and just bright. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just super bright, like definitely it feels like sunshine in a glass.
Absolutely.
And then now all we need is to be able to go to Italy again.
Oh, yes.
Well, definitely let us know in the comments if you have a sort of go-to adult fizzy drink. But there you have Brodie and Cara's sparkling cocktails. So now you know.